Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It On. Let's take care of our level ups. Athletics and Insight for our main character. We have a lot of choices. We get Combat Focus. Aegis of Loyalty. The Paladin's melee attacks remove Charmed, Confused, and Dominated afflictions from party members. I assume it means when scoring a hit with an attack against an enemy, and we're not running up and knocking sense into our allies. That seems pretty good. Our Reflex Defense, Fortitude Defense, and Will Defense. Glorious Beacon. Bathe yourself in holy light, blinding enemies in the immediate area. Oh, interesting. These all start to cost 2 zeal. Well, not these over here. Okay. Hands of Light. With a touch of their hands, the Paladin imbues themselves or an ally within range with light, restoring a substantial amount of health and granting the Courageous Inspiration, which is +5 Resolve and immune to Interrupt. Greater Lay on Hands. With a touch of their hands, the Paladin restores a substantial amount of health and applies a robust inspiration to themselves or an ally within range, which is +5 to Constitution, +2 Armor rating, or regenerate health periodically. So what happens here? Is it's per 3 seconds, but it only lasts for 5 seconds. Do we get a partial heal when it runs out? By the way, it seems pretty good. Alright, Shared Flames. Nearby allies receive a smaller version of the flame's effect. It's only 5% less. Eternal Devotion. After use, the Paladin's attacks temporarily receive bonus burn damage. Oh, it gives bonus accuracy. Does the default do that? It does. I had no idea. A lot better than I thought it was. Alright, Brand Enemy. While the brand lasts, the enemy will take burn damage over time. So 4 burn damage per 3 seconds. Still, it's constant. And honestly, as long as some of these fights last, that's probably a worthwhile investment. Sworn Rival. If the rival is defeated, the zeal cost is refunded. That's also pretty good. You just keep bouncing Sworn Enemy around to every enemy during a fight. I feel like this would be better for a two-handed build, which I might transition to. We'll see. I'm not killing enemies very quickly with my current build. I think for now I'm going to grab Greater Lay on Hands, because it's hard to beat a self-sustaining tank, especially early on in a game. We can always respec later, but that's what we're going to grab for now. Alright, we get to grab a Wizard skill. Bull's Will, Combat Focus, Snake's Reflexes, and Bear's Fortitude. Over here, I'm going to grab Lengrass Displaced Image. This is my favorite of the defensive spells in the Illusion Tree, because it doesn't dissipate. So with Wizard's Double, if you get hit, it goes away. It has really good deflection though. The Mirrored Image, every time you get hit, it reduces the effect of the spell. Or this one, it just lasts for 45 seconds. Causes the caster to appear visually displaced, increasing their deflection and reflex for the duration. Additionally, many deflection and reflex attacks that score hits will be converted to grazes. It only gives 10 deflection, plus 20 reflex, 30% of incoming hits converted to grazes, but only against deflection or reflex attacks. And lasts for 45 seconds. Super good. Alright. On to Adair. Athletics and Streetwise. Alright, Bull's Will, Combat Focus, Hold the Line, grants the fighter 1 additional engagement. Snake's Reflexes, Bear's Fortitude, Rapid Recovery, increases the amount of health regenerated, Penetrating Strike. The fighter strikes their target with devastating force, gaining significant additional penetration during the attack. Only 3. A Mule Kick. A powerful attack that knocks enemies into the air and then prone, leaving them disoriented. And they're considered flanked. Tactical Barrage. The fighter now also gains the Acute Inspiration. +5 Intellect, and use their abilities and spells at +1 power level. Discipline Strikes. Aware Inspiration is now improved to the Intuitive Inspiration. +5 Perception and 50% Graze to hit. This only adds a 25% hit to crit. I want to grab Mule Kick for the Disoriented. It'll make flanking on him a little easier. Combat Focus, Deep Pockets. It's 2 quick item slots. Extensive experience with the concealment of various goods and weapons has taught the rogue how to best manage the placement of items. The rogue gains 2 additional quick item slots. Bull's Will, Riposte. The rogue looks for openings to counterattack in combat. Incoming melee attacks that target deflection and miss have a chance of allowing an instant full attack riposte. Seems pretty good. It's just a free full attack. There doesn't seem to be a limit on it either. So the more enemies attacking you, the more likely you get free attacks. That's awesome. Snake's Reflexes and Bear's Fortitude. Strike the Bell. The rogue strikes their target violently in the head, interrupting them. The bonus effects of this attack vary based on the type of weapon used. Alright, so raw damage over time. 9 raw damage per 3 seconds for 9 seconds. That's insane. That's far better than my my heal effect on my paladin. At least he gets the full procs off of it, right? It's 3 full procs. I say insane. It's not like crazy damage, but I was excited by the fact that the 3 seconds line up the 9-second duration. Finishing Blow. The rogue looks to finish off an injured opponent with a precise, deadly strike that increases in damage the more health the target is missing. Also, it is really good. I mean, it's damage that can't be reduced by the enemy. So, very tempting. Alright, Debilitating Strike. Successful hits now also distract the target. Also very good. It gives him another means of flanking the enemy without allies around. Let's send him off on his own to go after their backline. Arterial Strike. Affected enemies will now also bleed when moving, taking raw damage with each step. Well, it keeps them locked down pretty well. So with Mule Kick, I don't think I need Debilitating Strike yet. I'm going to go with Riposte, I think. But we will grab Debilitating Strike, excuse me, and Strike the Bell later on. Yeah, because there's an upgrade for this too. So it makes it last longer. 18 seconds instead. So proc 6 times. But we'll get to that. Just not yet. Alright, Jody. Arcana and Religion. What do we have here? Spell Shaping. While casting targeted area of effect spells, gain the ability to increase or decrease the size of the area at the cost or benefit of power level. Line of Flame. Be great for my Paladin. Okay, so this just increases penetration of flame attacks, electricity attacks, and acid and decay attacks. That's something I think she needs. You get Circle Protection here, which is really good. Shining Beacon might be good too. Yeah, let's grab Devotions for the Faithful, because I want that accuracy bonus. It also debuffs enemies. So invokes the benediction from the priest god, imbuing allies in the area of effect with accuracy and might bonuses. All enemies receive penalties to the same. She also has 2 points, so we can also do a Shining Beacon for the damage. Conjures an intensely luminous beacon of light, causing enemies in the area of effect to take a penalty to all defenses and accrue burn damage over time. Absolutely. Alright, Seraphim. Sleight of Hand and Metaphysics. Now, there's something else that I was interested in giving him, but I don't remember what it was. Alright, so Silent Scream is really good. Produces a howl in the target's area, stunning the target as well as dealing raw damage and interrupting all nearby enemies. Okay, we're going to give him some more damage. We'll grab Mind Lance here as well. Impales the target with the Lance of Pure Force, inflicting major pierce damage to all in the line of attack and interrupting enemy actions. Accidentally drains armor rating. I don't think that's super exciting. Alright, and Aloth, Mechanics, and Bluff. Alright, so same stuff that Adair had available here for him. Then we got Smoke Veil to get out of dodge when he's engaged with. Or you know what? Let's do Dirty Fighting. The rogue employs a variety of underhanded tactics, turning some of their hits into critical hits. And then here we'll grab he has this in his spellbook already. I mean, Fireball is always a good choice. So expose vulnerabilities, since my main character can't learn this one. So bears the enemy's combat vulnerabilities for all to see, interrupting them as well as reducing their armor rating and deflection. Alright, pretty happy with that. Let's speak to Ernesto.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
He leans in. The spindle man is gone.
Perfetto. I heard certain rumors. Of course, I did not want to ask too many questions.
He looks at you over his spectacles. Now, what about our deal?
Your medicine, as promised.
He shakes your hand. You feel a glass vial slip into your palm. He gives you a nod of acknowledgement, but we already have it. Let's hope we get a different reward for it.
Hey, how did you do that? Can you do that again?
Adair stares at Inetzo with childlike giddiness, pointing at the file with a rapid twitch of his finger.
To think the fate of Aora rests in our collective hands.
Inetzo blinks slowly at Adair, before turning back to you.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
He leans in. Farewell. Alright, see if we can meet with Dereo. I think we're done here for now. Double check with her. I thought there was another item I was interested in buying, but held off on for now.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew. I have plenty.
It wasn't with her, though. Whoever was selling the plate armor. I'll go ahead and buy that.
Looking for some
Who's selling it? Was it the Spindle Man, or was it Ernesto? It's not a big deal. I mean, you know what? Let's not even worry about it. We'll find an upgrade here shortly, I assume, anyway. That's usually how things go. I buy an upgrade, and then I immediately find the same item somewhere else. Alright, let's go to the gullet. I know how to get back to where Dereo is supposed to be from there. We might get stopped again. Alright, I did go the wrong way. I thought it was before the merchant stall. It was definitely to the right, right? Because the left only led to that dead-end door. Here we go. I've read all this before, I'm not going to read it again. So Dereo could help me reach Mad Marina. The guards turn to each other and discuss something quietly, before one of them gives a nod and disappears behind the door behind him. A little redundant. After a few moments, the guard emerges. Dereo wishes to speak with you, Watcher. The guards nod and let you pass, stomping loudly on mouthfuls of Svev. Gross. I stumbled listening to that guy chew. Ugh, disgusting. At the end of the passage is a stately door crafted of polished mahogany. Through the small slit in the door, you catch flashes of fire-cast shadows and bright textiles. The scent of sandalwood and cinnamon oil come to you in a warm draft. Whatever's beyond the door is likely far more elegant than anything else you've seen near the gullet. Enter the hideout.
Subtle indeed. It is done.
Will do.
The cannon is engraved with the emblem of Royal Deadfire Company.
Subtle indeed.
You should...
Subtle indeed. The work of...
Yeah, right.
A thin, long-limbed man holds a handkerchief in one hand and a threaded needle in the other. As you approach, he sets his handiwork aside. You see an elaborate goldwork pattern embroidered around the edge, the same pattern that adorns his brilliant tunic. You also notice a strange bulk beneath the thin fabric of his trouser legs that runs from hip to ankle.
What a delight it is to meet you at last. Morena has quite the following these days, though she is cautious about guests. Tell me, what is your business with her?
He leans forward with a squeak of leather and a rattle of metal. You see something protruding above his boots, the bottom of a leg brace. She's smuggling food into the gullet. I found the body for contact. Ulug.
And then you found this place. Resourceful, indeed.
He claps his hands, running his long fingers together as he considers you. He leans forward, watching you closely.
A moment. You are the Watcher of the Deerwood, no?
Say nothing.
Mad Morena is in the Undercroft. I can grant you permission to go there, but first, I need something from you.
Dereo bares his perfect, even teeth in a smile.
And I need only a favor. An insignificant thing for a Watcher like you. There is an artifact called the Cornet of Waves, which is currently in the possession of a Juana named Takano. I would like you to liberate it for me.
He flutters his slender hands in a way that resembles a bird taking flight. Why do you need a watcher?
Watchers see what many cannot. Takano is a man of many vanities, as your special gifts will no doubt reveal. His villa is on the eastern edge of Serpent's Crown, just downwind of the palace.
He pauses, penning his fingers.
The opportunist I first hired was too bold and found herself ejected from the district. With your unique talents, I am hoping you can avoid such complications and persuade Takano.
I wonder if we're going to blackmail him into giving it to us.
After all, it would be best to avoid drawing the ire of our Mataru hosts. When you have the cornet, bring it to me. I will pay you well for it, and you will find my favor useful in this part of the city.
What is the Cornet of Waves?
It is an old Juana artifact, a musical instrument of sorts.
One hand plays with elaborate decoration at his sleeve.
Ages ago, it was part of a pair, but its companion, the Cornet of Depths, was lost when the old city sank. Both are said to carry the voice of Andra herself. I do not believe in such superstition, of course.
He frowns. You don't mean valuable in the monetary sense. Coughs into his hand to hide his fluster.
I have told you all you need to know of the cornet. Now, I suggest you focus your sharp mind on retrieving it.
I need to ask about another matter.
What do you require?
Dereo leans toward you, his leg brace is squeaking. The Principe seem divided. Which side are you on?
Why must we speak of sides? Like squabbling merchants from the republics.
He makes a face as if he's just smelled something awful.
Once, there were no sides. Only Principi, a people united by common interest and culture. But as our fame has grown, so have our numbers. Many of these new bloods have no sense of restraint and little regard for our heritage.
His long fingers stray to his shining swellonet.
He ain't blowing ballast, Cap. Don't mean there's a course to be charted back to the golden days, though.
With a sigh, Seraphim shrugs. Listen.
But we need them still. The new bloods are principy too now, and many are inventive in ways the old guard is not.
What happened to your legs?
A storm, a rash decision, and an accident at sea. One that took my sailing days, but not my skill with a needle.
He smiles cryptically.
Life in the Deadfire is unpredictable. Sometimes it takes you in its jaws only to spit you out onto some new shore.
I need to speak with Mad Morena.
Patience? First, you must bring me the Cornet of Waves.
So, about the Cornet of Waves.
A most agreeable topic. Or so I hope.
He draws his hands together and regards you over long, tended fingers. Farewell. Alright, we can at least give the medicine to Pitli, so we work so hard for that. And I think we're currently done in the gullet. We can descend down to the old city.
Aloth, can I ask you something?
Saying no has never stopped anyone before.
It's just that I tried talking with Adair, but I don't seem to be making any headway. He doesn't want to warm up to me.
He doesn't fight at the front because he's good with a sword. He's just dense as stone. Which is to say, he's not one for taking hints.
Well, you don't have to make it seem so hopeless.
I mean, I think he knows what's going on. He spoke to us about it.
Need something?
Here's your medicine. Her eyes, watery and red, are between you and the file you hold. She coughs into her fist.
That could save an awful lot of sick people.
She wipes her hand on her shirt, holds it out to you. We'll be rewarded anyway, so I don't need to demand her payment. Give her the medicine. She takes the bottle from you and uncorks it. A sharp, piney odor escapes. She breathes it in and smiles.
That's the stuff, all right. Thank you. That's from me and from the children of the Dawn Stars.
Yeah, see? We'll read that in a second.
If you'll excuse me, I better start treating the sickest ones.
Alright, so we got Halgot's Warmth. +1 priest restoration power level, and burn proofed, +2 burn armor rating. Sent into this ring is a chunk of stained glass from Halgot's Citadel, also known as Godhammer Citadel. The glass is warm to the touch. Given to you by the Aethasian priest Pitli, rating her mission to care for the afflicted. This ring represents renewal and compassion for the downtrodden. Only one choice for that one.
I sure do like it.
Need something?
Sure.
Assuming helping her with that, she'll immediately agree to help with the food shortage. But like I said before, we're trying to stay consistent with what existed before. That was their dealings with the black market. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Our next episode, we will descend into the Old City. See if we can't locate Bataro, so we take care of Bihos quest. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.